Hello, I'm Glenda and welcome to my plant-powered kitchen. Today I'm going to make a lemon cake. Now the recipe for this cake is from Jill Dalton from Whole Food Plant-Based. Jill worked on this recipe for some time trying to replicate the Starbucks lemons bar cake. Now, having never had anything from Starbucks other than a coffee, I don't know whether this is similar or not. All I know is that it's delicious, it's easy to make, and it keeps really well. So I'm going to get started straight away. I've got 2 cups of almond flour in here. I just want to show you that the flour on top is the processed flour that comes from the supermarket. Underneath, I made my own when I made this last time, and that's my almond flour underneath. But because I leave the skins on the almonds, it's a different colour. I would rather use my flour because it actually tastes like almonds, whereas the processed one that I got from the supermarket just tastes a little bit almondy but more floury. And I checked the packet, it's only almonds in it. So in future I'll just make my own. I thought that my flour might be too heavy, but the consistency, the texture is quite similar. So we've got 2 cups of almond flour, and then 1 1/4 cups of oats that have been ground into a flour. And I do this myself, so it's done straight into the blender. And pop that in. And then with the rest of the dry ingredients, we've got 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 1 of baking soda, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of turmeric to give it the lemon colour. I actually put a teaspoon in mine because I like it to have quite a good colour. So I will throw that into the dry ingredients and mix that around to disperse all of the ingredients equally. Now the wet ingredients have to be blended together. 1 cup of dates. Now I'm always saying don't ever use deglet dates unless you cut them in half first, because very often you'll get one with a seed, which I did today. I haven't had one for a while, but you see you'll get that nasty little seed in there. And if that goes into your cake, you'll either, if it doesn't blend up in your blender, which it probably would in mine, and then I'd get these hard, crunchy bits in the mixture. But if not, you'll end up with a great big hard seed in your cake, which could break a tooth if you chew into it. So always, always, always cut your dates in half. So I'm going to put that into my blender with 1/2 cup of lemon juice, and 1 cup of soy milk or any plant milk that you prefer, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Now I'm going to blend that up, and then that will be the liquid that goes into the dry ingredients. So there we have the liquid that will go into the dry ingredients. But before I do that, one other ingredient that's in Jill's recipe is 1 1/2 teaspoons, I think, of lemon zest. Now instead of lemon zest, I have been using lemon myrtle. And I bought this lemon myrtle quite some time ago, and I've started using it in my cashew cream as a flavouring. But I've made my own. I have a friend with lemon myrtle trees, and she gave me some leaves. So I've dried them, and I'm using that instead of lemon zest, and it gives a beautiful flavour. So I put a teaspoon in there instead of a teaspoon and a half of zest. I think I'll just go with a teaspoon. I'm also going to put it in the cashew cream. It's just a nicer, I mean, I love lemon, but it's just a different flavour. So we'll put the liquid in here. Try and get all of it out. All right, we'll stir that in. All right, that's nice and fluffy. I can see the baking powder's doing its job, the baking soda. Now I'm going to use a ring tin today. Generally speaking, it's done in a bar tin. My mother always preferred a ring tin. She did all her cakes in a ring tin, so it brings back a lot of memories for me. This is really light and fluffy. Just even it up. This is a non-stick pan, but I still prefer to put a little bit of paper in the bottom of the pan to make it easier to come out. So I'm going to put that in the oven and I'm going to cook that for 40 to 50 minutes. I'll test it after 40 minutes and see if it needs to go any longer. But I find it's better to cook in a ring tin because you get the heat from the centre as well as just around the edge. And the oven is at 350 degrees. So now I'm going to make the frosting. So for the frosting, we have 1/4 cup of chopped dates, 1/4 cup of cashews, raw cashews, 1/4 cup of lemon juice, and 1/4 cup of water. I'm going to add in a teaspoon of my lemon myrtle. There we go. I'll blend that up. And here we have a beautiful cashew lemon myrtle cream that we're going to put on the cake. I'm going to leave this in the fridge to set a little bit, and when the cake is cool, I'll put it on the cake. The cake is out of the oven now. It's been resting for the last 10 minutes. So now I'm going to take it out of the tin. You can see I've been busy while the cake was cooking. I've bottled another batch of buchi, and I have another jar ready to make more kombucha. So here we go, the unveiling. Beautiful. There's our little ring tin, our ring cake. And I will let that cool. And then in the morning, I'll probably leave this until the morning to ice. So there we have our lovely lemon cake ready for icing, the healthy version of the Starbucks lemon bar cake. Now I have the finished cake and we're ready to ice it, but we're going to use cashew cream, not icing. And here's the cashew cream. So I'm just going to spread that over the cake. And to decorate it, to finish it off, I'm just going to put a sprinkle of the lemon myrtle powder that I've made and a little bit of zest, lemon zest. The recipe actually has lemon zest in it, but as I said, I used the lemon myrtle instead. A little bit of lemon myrtle. Don't know about you, but I have trouble opening all Ziploc packets. Yeah, that's pretty with the green. Now we'll add a little bit of zest. This is actually lemon rind rather than zest. And then we have our decorated cake. I'm going to cut it so you can see how lovely it is inside. Lovely and moist. And delicious. As usual, the recipe will be underneath the video. So try it, see what you think. Thank you for watching, and please pass this on to anyone you think might want to make this cake. You can have a delicious lemon cake that's healthy, no oil, no sugar, no butter, no dairy products. It's just got good, healthy ingredients in it that you won't feel bad about eating, and you'll feel really good about eating it because it's delicious. So bye for now.